Failure is everything. Trust us, we know.
I'm Kim Wilson,
And I'm Natasha Marchewka.
and this is
Welcome to
Speechless.
Speechless.
Welcome to our behind the scenes take of real life in VO, where we share our stories, our resources, and our unsolicited opinions. And today we are sharing our stories of failure.
Yes.
Take a breath, everyone. Take a breath.
Speechless. Speechless.
So, welcome, everyone.
Welcome, everyone.
It's really interesting. I love this topic. I can't wait for you
Yeah.
to introduce it.
Failures, rah, rah, rah. Hey, we have to start this show with a quote because it's perfect for
Right?
for us. Because it's about failure. So
Perfect
here
for
it goes.
us
This is
as
from
failures.
Stories of Failure Resonate More Than Stories of Success. Few people reach the top, but everyone has failed, including those who eventually succeed. If you're teaching people how to succeed in a given field, or talking about your own success, start with how you failed. Oh boy, do I have a list.
Bing
And it's just an
bong.
abridged list because I had all of 4 minutes to come up with this as we were super excited to share
I
this show
know.
with
We
you.
just wanted to talk about this because I think this is such a real thing. Nobody wants to share the failures. Everyone's like, I'm a VO actor, and everyone's so afraid to share wh-
Yeah.
where they've lacked or those stupid mistakes that they make. And it's because
Oh,
we want to be seen and we want to be
yeah.
valued, and it's embarrassing.
But we're
But
all about the embarrassing and the
we
truth,
are,
right? Yeah.
and let us make you feel better about yourselves.
Awesome. I just snorted. Perfect. Okay,
Do you want to
so
share something
I
that
have a long list, but
oh,
okay,
well,
one at a time, one at a time.
yeah, yeah.
So this one, hiring an agent, I didn't hire an agent soon enough. I
Mm,
felt at one point like I missed the boat on agents because
why?
all of a sudden agents are flooded with talent. And they have these huge rosters, and I was like,
Oh.
"Oops,
Right, because
I
you've been
didn't
in this
submit."
business for, how
20
many
years
years?
almost.
So if you would have submitted, why
Maybe
didn't you
8,
submit?
10, 12 years ago. Why didn't I submit? Because I didn't think I was ready, and I didn't think I was good enough.
And is that true?
No,
Yeah.
I was ready, and and I was good enough. And also, I lived in Canada, and I felt like it was too tricky because I wasn't in a major market and stuff. So, I mean, granted,
Navigating.
that is tricky. But lots of people got on a lot of agents' rosters, and they're full.
Yeah.
And so now it's
It's a
just,
crowded marketplace
it's,
now.
yeah. And even so, 5 years ago, it was already crowded.
But can I just say, you were ready. It was about believing in yourself, right? You
Mm-hmm.
were ready and you should have.
Mm-hmm. So another
So,
failure is having a lack of confidence. I feel like having a lack of confidence, like my entire life,
I mean, I think that's a lot
really,
of us.
yeah. But there's a lot of us that have just enough confidence to open some doors,
Uh,
right?
uh,
And
uh.
I didn't do that for myself.
Yeah, but you guess what? Life's not over.
Life is not
And neither is
over.
your career. Hello? You have a really, really strong career, and all you can do is keep going up. You keep moving forward, which is
Or going down. Anyway,
kind of wonderful. But I would like to share an embarrassing moment in VO for myself.
okay.
I had this amazing opportunity where I would be the announcer of this new show that was going to be run by, I think it was under an NDA, so I better not say, but it was in New York. It was a New York newspaper,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted the news in a sexy, fun, gossipy way, right? Like somebody coming in
Mm-hmm.
young and spunky and just giving quick little headlines.
Okay.
Day one, it came in. You had to get up at 4 in the morning, and that's
Oh,
that's fine for me. That's
Okay,
fine
that's
because I'm
true.
an
You're
early
up so
person.
early.
Got
Mhm.
up early, I was ready, I got the copy, and in the copy was the word alias.
Mhm.
And I said, Elias. And I sent it in, and it airs. It airs. It's like one of those. It's like a promo thing, you know. Like if you're a promo, they want you right away, and you
Yeah, yeah.
you can't redo things. Yeah,
You got fired the first day?
I was fired the first day.
I
But guess
actually did
what?
an audition. What?
Guess what? I look everything up now. I don't trust my instincts.
Elias.
Elias.
Well, I do have a blog post about how I did an audition and I said Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
I was living in Canada and I didn't know it was Chick-fil-A. Yeah, Chick-fil-A. That's what I. Okay. Okay. Well, I have also ruined opportunities,
Oh,
more
I got
failures.
a few of those. Go
Okay,
for it.
cool. So one of them was early on in my life after I graduated from college. A marketing director alluded to the fact that she had a position for me. I didn't take her up on it, and it was a huge
Oh.
film company.
Oh.
That would have been an amazing opportunity. I crapped out. And then,
Why did you crap out? What do you say
because
you
I was
crapped
too
out?
immature, I was too immature to know that I needed to take that opportunity and run with it, like
So she
email her
she she
back. And
kind of put it out there and you were like, "Oh, that's great." And then
yeah.
just didn't follow
Oh,
up?
yeah. That's
Oh.
totally me. And
Oh.
then when I started my business, this is about 19 years ago, I was given this great opportunity to call a super well known person in Canada in the music and radio broadcasting business. Awesome chance. So I gave him a call and he said, would you be interested? We had a conversation. It's like, oh, would you be interested in working for, and it was serious 20 years ago. Like,
Sirius FM,
uh huh.
this
Would you
new thing called satellite radio.
yes,
Beep, boop,
was a
boop,
new
boop,
thing
boop,
called
boop.
satellite.
Computer
Satellite.
technology.
Would you be interested in, doing some stuff for Sirius XM? And I was like, yeah. Like I was so nervous. Like it was such a big deal. Did not follow up. Did not pursue that at all.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, failure.
Okay, I'm hugging you from here. I'm
Thank
hugging
you.
you. Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
I had an opportunity similar, and let this be a cautionary tale to everyone. I was not represented at the time, and a production company sent me an audition, and I booked it. It was for I think a credit union, and they said, oh, they wanted me to be the voice of the credit union, and it was non-compete. And they
Okay,
were
so
paying
explain
me.
that to our
So
listeners,
non-compete meant
viewers,
like if I accept being the voice, I cannot compete with any other banks.
for
Like
the
there
rest of
are
your life,
for the
or
rest of my life. Like as
what?
long as I worked with them, I could not work
What?
on any banks. They wanted me, and it was like the smallest like town credit union
Oh,
like you've never heard of. But I
uh-huh.
was so excited. It was early on. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the voice. Gonna be the voice. And I
Tiny
signed
bank.
it, and lo and behold, I got an agency, an advertising agency reached out to me and asked me to do a regional bank,
Uh-huh.
and I couldn't do it. So
So
guess
to
what I
this
did?
day?
No, no, I couldn't
Okay,
do it. But it was a cash cow that I
good.
had to give up.
Super.
And you know who I gave it to? You. That's when
Oh,
I reached out and I was like, Natasha, I'm in a non-compete.
just so you feel
Please.
okay about it, it wasn't a cash cow. It didn't end up being a cash
It
cow.
didn't. Okay,
No.
okay, okay.
Thank you for reminding me. However, how did you resolve your issue with this tiny little
So
bank?
that's a great. So I called them back and
Hi, it's Kim.
hi, it's Kim. This is what I did. And I said, you have to remove the do not compete clause because it does not work for me being a freelance voice talent.
Hmm.
I'm not represented and I need to have all the opportunities that I need. I'm also not SAG. So,
Mhm.
um, or you need to pay me way more than the like $100 per spot. This was early on when I didn't know. I didn't
Yes.
even know that I could go national. I thought I had to stay in the little Boston area. I didn't know that was a
So what did
thing.
they say when you said scratch that off the
They said no. And so I was like, well, then I'm out. Bye.
Oh, so you just sort of broke your contract and
Yeah. I
oh,
said,
okay.
yeah, I
Well,
said,
you
well,
didn't
then I
lose
can't work.
anything
Yeah. No, I can't work for you anymore.
except you got your integrity
I
back.
did. I did. And I learned, I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. The non-compete.
Well, I have a very similar story, and then we're going to throw to a break. But when I was a beginner as well, or early in the game,
Yeah.
I took too many low-paying jobs. And I have this quote now that I was, after 15 years of being in my business, it's not know your worth. It's know the worth of the job. If the
Yes.
job is worth XYZ and there are market rates, then you charge XYZ, whether you're a beginner or you're not a beginner, senior.
Right.
Um,
You're not gonna not get the job. I don't
well, you
think.
might not.
And if somebody pulls away because of that, you didn't want
Yeah,
that job
you don't want that
anyway.
job
That's
anyway.
not gonna make or break you.
Yeah, but I must say, remind everyone, because a lot of people don't know this. Northern Canada, some places in Canada, some small places in the States, they only have a budget of under 100,000, 100,000, only $100. They only have that budget. It's just not a thing that they have more money to pay more.
Hmm.
Local places, it's okay not to do it for 350 or 35,000 or whatever it is. Whether, whatever. They don't have that kind of money. They're not paying someone else that kind of money. They wouldn't be able to advertise if they didn't, use whatever budget they have. So
What are you saying exactly?
sometimes you have to, if you want to work consistently, maybe in your local area
Like for the
for the
library's not gonna
library.
have like,
Well, they might not have any money, but maybe the plumbing company in your town,
yeah,
they don't have that kind of budget. And
of
if you
course
want the
not.
job, it's okay.
Yeah,
They just
yeah,
don't have that. So, yeah, it's
yeah.
okay. All you people that aren't in New York and LA and you're all over the country, the continent, the world, there are jobs that only pay a little bit because they're super local. That's how
Hmm.
it goes. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, we're
Good
going to
point.
throw to a break and we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we're just jumping in here for one message, and it's about our speechless planner.
Look how nice that is.
It's gorgeous and it's undated, so you can start at any time. You can find it on our website at speechlessvo.com. We have an
Mhm.
ebook version for $39 and a hard copy version for $55. Please buy this because we're in the red and we need to pay for our editor. Back to the show. So we're back with our failure show.
Womp womp. Cue the
With
sound
more
effects.
failures. We've got some more failures for you that will maybe make you feel better about your life. Yeah. Okay. So I have worked as a voice actor on e-learning on Christmas Eve and Boxing Day,
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole day.
I mean, I
Now,
hope that money was worth it.
hell no. No, 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 no. But I mean, because it was e-learning, it was volume.
Oh, right.
So it was, I don't remember. It was a very long time ago, but it was
Was it
hundreds
due
of
Christmas
dollars.
Day or something?
They wanted me to, yeah, they wanted it to, and I said, no, I will not do Christmas Day, but I'll work all day Christmas Eve and all day Boxing Day. Boxing Day, for those of you who are not in Canada or England, is the day after Christmas, which is a
Right.
holiday, y'all. You should not be working the day after Christmas, ever, anyone. But anyway, that was a mistake. I could have
Yeah,
just said no, but I just felt
but
so,
you did it.
yeah. And then another thing that I encourage people, if you're listening to this and you are in a day job or you're starting out, in VO, or you haven't even started out in VO yet, you can always say no to a job.
Mm,
So in the beginning of my, I don't know, adulthood,
that's
let's
hard to
say,
do.
it is hard because you think industry experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, industry experience, period.
So what would you say no
Money.
to?
Oh my gosh, the worst radio job. They
Oh,
just were horrible. They were horrible. You were horrible. You know who you are. Um,
so
they were
you worked
horrible
at a
people
radio station and
for
mm,
2 years, and you know who you are. They treated people poorly, and they
mm,
wore it as a badge. They said,
oh,
we like to work our new people like a dog." So what, they leave and then you have to pay more money to train people? Like, oh, that's smart business.
right.
But I was terrible for my self-esteem, self-worth.
Yeah,
You don't have to say yes to that kind of crap.
right. I mean, it's so I feel like everyone has a story like that we all put up with, like, the worst well,
Yeah,
I mean, we're from the
especially when we're
'80s.
young.
I was just gonna say in the I mean,
In the 80s,
yeah,
for faux show, we did
yeah,
that
yeah,
because we think we have to. Well, and I kind of feel like we
especially
did.
as women too,
Being
like,
tyrants.
we just
Yeah,
accepted the
treatment.
comments and we accepted the treatment because that was part of your day. You weren't you didn't necessarily got offended of it because you weren't even it was just, like,
Right.
so
Yeah.
normalized.
Even in the 80s, 1980s, like it
90
wasn't the 50s, 60s, or 70s.
yeah,
The 80s, people
and
were, anyway,
90s.
the 90s and beyond, whatever.
Yeah.
We're in the 2000s, people. Don't let yourself be treated like crap, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to failure.
Cheers to failure. I think we're gonna have to ask everyone to share a failure.
Sounds good.
Speechless.